Hello and welcome to this demo video. Before we get started, I'd just like to explain to you a few things which will relate to all of the basic range spreadsheets. Number one, there is a key on the intro and setup tab of all of the spreadsheets showing what the different color headers mean. The blue headers mean that the cell's formulated, so it's locked and you can't change it. The yellow headers are where you can input data. And occasionally there might be some gray headers, which is just a different kind of data input, but we'll include instructions as and when that happens. The other thing that you can be aware of is there are ways in which you can damage the spreadsheet. So please do take a look at the link where you see this image, which will take you to a web page to show you how to better preserve your spreadsheet. Please feel free to keep a blank version of the spreadsheet somewhere, so that if you do mess up a spreadsheet that you're using, you can in fact just open a new one, a blank one. And some of the spreadsheets only last for a year, and then you've got a blank one to start the following year. So do keep a blank copy as a backup somewhere. And lastly, wherever you see this image, you can click on it. It'll take you back to the store where you purchased this product to see if you've got anything, any more products. One last thing, to see a demo video, you can click on this on a link that looks like this in order to go to the demo video, but that'll take you to the most recent demo. If in fact we've done upgrades and you're using an older version and you'd like to see the demo relating to your version, then do click on the watch on YouTube link, which will take you to that specific video on YouTube. So I think that's all you need to know. So without further ado, let's move on to this demo video. Thank you.
Okay, hello and welcome to this demo video for the file download report. What is the spreadsheet for? This is for a report on your downloaded files that you have on your website. So for example, if you've got PDF and or spreadsheet files or Word files or documents or anything like that on the website that people can download, you want to know how frequently they're being downloaded and what types, this is for you. First and foremost, I've tried to make this as generic as possible to accept all kinds of download exports. So I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. But first of all, put the active year. So you just put in the year. You can put in 2018, 2019, whatever year it is. This will be for a calendar year. Also, when this year's finished, you'll start a new spreadsheet. So keep a blank spreadsheet available for the following year. And then you can do download types. So you can name up to 10 download types. Now, what I mean by download types, you can categorize your downloads into 10 different types. Put the names down here. Don't put any duplicates. That will basically just show on the report, so it'll categorize your downloads into categories. So you can name up to 10 different categories in there, whatever you want. You can rename these things here. In fact, your version will more than likely be blank anyway. Once that's set up, you're ready to go. So what is it that you need to do? Data paste. There's two different categories here. The yellow ones is where you add your download. So put a download ID, put a download name, and then select the type. So each time you put a download ID, put a unique ID, put the name of the download file, and then over here select from your list of 10 categories which category that download falls into. You've obviously got limited space there that you can put those in. You can keep going. I think you've got 500 rows. For that, yep, there we go to the end. So you've got 500 rows, so you can put in up to 500 different downloads and categorize them. Now the gray section is where you put the data. So this data will be replaced every time you do a download. So all you need here is your download ID, so the unique ID, which will marry up to these download IDs, and then the date and obviously time when those were downloaded. You don't necessarily need the time, you just need the date. So that's what you've got to get from your website. Now, if your website doesn't supply you with that, you can't use the spreadsheet, so please don't buy it if you can't get that information. As it stands, when I do a download from my website, I get a lot more information. So all I need is the download ID and the date. So what I do is I'll get the download from my website. I'll remove everything that I don't need. I can delete, and then I'll take that all out as well. Delete. So I'm left with the download and the date. Widen those columns to see. If I hold down Shift Control and press down, it goes all the way down to the bottom. Provided I don't have more than 25,000 rows. Copy. Come to here. and I paste over the old data. Now please, 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 please do not paste values. Right click. That will ruin your spreadsheet because it'll copy the values, the formatting across as well and ruin it. You want to do that one there, paste values. When you do paste values, give it a few seconds to load because it needs to redo all the calculations. Now you've got your new data in there. That is marrying up with this and producing a report. And that's all you need to do. Each time you do a new download, just replace it. If you're downloading a month at a time, put the data below one another, but I usually just download the whole whack at once. So I just replace the old data that was there. Everything else will jump into place. So your file rankings, it'll rank each of your files, top most downloaded one at the top, show you per month, so you can see it changing darker green depending on where you got the most downloads. You can see in March this was downloaded quite often. You can scroll down so you can see a list of all your downloads and what rank they're in and where the sales have been. Furthermore, you've got your download report. You can select by download type, so free business, whichever type of download, that's your categories that you've selected at the beginning. Bear in mind that the red bits here, your actual totals are on this axis here, so you can see that would be 1400, whereas your free the business ones are on the right axis. Now those are different, but it gives you an idea of how a particular download is faring, or what particular type of download is faring compared to your totals. If we left them both in the same axis, you'd have a little line down the bottom, you wouldn't be able to read it. Here you can pick a specific download, a specific file, and see how it compares. So if you went and picked, say for argument's sake, that one, you can see how that one compares in downloads to your overall. So you can see essentially the reason why these graphs are quite handy is you can see if one's way out of proportion to your total downloads per month. So you can see if you've had a particularly good month on any one of the downloads. These graphs here I find particularly useful because here you've got your download type breakdown. Those are the totals of the number of downloads that have been downloaded per type. That's for February. If you remove this, it'll go blank. You can select a month. So if you select, say for argument's sake, March, and then this is your quantity comparison. So this is actually the number of files that you've got for each category. So in other words, if that yellow section there is bigger than that yellow section, what it means is that your free business have done better than they were anticipated, than was anticipated, because of by the sheer number that you've got available. So in other words, if you've got 100 downloads and 10 of those are personal and 90 are business, you want your personal downloads to be at 10% of your download. If your personal downloads are 60% and business 40%, obviously the 60% is a lot higher than the 10% should have been. So you can see that that particular category is a favorite. We're assuming here that each one is going to be downloaded. If everyone was downloaded once, if each file was downloaded once, then these two graphs would be exactly the same. So you can see which one, what's out of proportion to what it should be based on the number that you've got available. What else? If you scroll down, you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Each category of download, that's the default percentage of the total downloads, those made up of those categories. This is for March. Those are your totals. So your budget range free trials were bang on. These ones here were downloaded a little bit less than what was expected. The rest of them were all downloaded a bit more. So you can see these particular downloads aren't as popular as the other ones. That's what that's showing you. If you scroll down, you can see that in visual form. So your actual, or the solid line, and the transparent one are your default values. So if your actual is higher than your default, you've done well. If your actual is lower than default, then that one's not a particularly popular download, and this will help you to determine what downloads to do in the future. And here is a straightforward breakdown per month, all the different downloads, different colors, how many of each one, so you can see exactly what's gone on per month. So these reports, you can make selections here just to filter the information on the graphs, but the report will update automatically. Your file rankings will update automatically. You can just paste your data over here. Just remember to paste values, not normal paste. Set up your download ID numbers. This doesn't necessarily have to be a number, but whatever this download ID is here, that would need to match. So you can tell obviously what's been downloaded. And if you add a new one in, add it at the bottom and resort. If you want to remove one, simply highlight, right click, clear contents. Don't do anything like delete or move any cells or anything like that. And then you can resort by using that arrow at the top. So I think that's all you need to know. I wish you all the best in your downloads. Thank you and goodbye.